Welcome back to the Sports Max Zone, and it's tax season in Jamaica, and Tax Administration Jamaica, TAJ, will be helping hundreds of small businesses and self-employed persons to meet their filing obligations online. TAJ expects heightened activity through its e-services portals ahead of the March 15 deadline. The agency is going all out to assist taxpayers by availing them of services such as virtual filing sessions, video tutorials, and telephone calls. The public is being reminded that all income tax returns must be filed online at www.jamaicatax.gov.jm. Joining us to speak more about the tax season is Communications Officer at TAJ, Leighton Beckles. Welcome.
Good afternoon, and good afternoon to your viewers. Thanks for having me. How are you?
I'm doing well. It's a pleasure to have you on the Sports Max Zone, and I think it's fitting that, we start by reminding the Jamaican population about the importance of filing their taxes.
Right. So it's absolutely important because, as many persons would know, and harking back to biblical days, just the payment of taxes is absolutely important because it goes towards taking care of the general service amenities of our country, talking about street lights, provision of our municipal services, repair of roads, just for the country to conduct its everyday household affairs. So paying taxes is important, and that's why we like to say, pay your fair share, no more, no less. And Tax Administration Jamaica, because we are the tax authority that is moving towards becoming a world-class tax administration, we have put in place a number of mechanisms for persons to pay their fair share as well as to get as much information as they need, to be educated, to be armed with information so that they can also make informed choices.
Yeah, Leighton, you talk about the provisions, and I know there's special provisions being made for those who earn 10 million or less. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Right. So as you had indicated before, we're talking about March 15, which is the income tax season for companies, self-employed persons, employed persons with other sources of income to file their annual returns for 2021 and to declare their estimated returns for 2022. Now, what we have done, because we are still in the space of the pandemic, Tax Administration Jamaica continues to change the way it does business and to keep its clientele safe as well as its staff. What we've done the special taxpayer assistance program differently this year, which means that persons can call through to a bank of our telephone numbers. They can select the tax office of their choice to call in, make an appointment to go into that tax office to seek that kind of support to help them to file their returns, to meet their obligations. And what we also do, because the filing of income tax is done online this tax season and has been done online for quite some time, it can only be filed online. So we will also be taking the opportunity to assist business persons who are earning $10 million or less. We will be assisting them to register for our e-services. So persons simply need to visit our website. That's www.jamaicatax.gov.jm. Visit the Income Tax Hub, and there's a bank of phone numbers there which persons can call and make an appointment. So it minimizes the face-to-face contact while maximizing on the kind of support that we can provide.
Right, and I'm ready to file my taxes. What are the documents that I need to have on hand in order to ensure that I have an effective process?
Well, for persons to actually maximize on these kind of support sessions, we're asking persons to be able to bring in any business records as well as to come armed with their taxpayer registration number. This will help us to go a far way in assisting them to make the necessary preparations to file their returns. Added to that, we have some other support mechanisms in place. Persons can call through to our customer care line. That's 888 or 888-829-4357 to get support as to what it is they need to do to be prepared to file their returns in 60 days. Added to that, Tax Administration Jamaica has a plethora of payment options. So persons can pay through our website using the direct funds transfer process, which means that you can actually pay from your bank account directly into the tax authority's bank account NCB clientele will also be happy to know that they are able to pay their fair share this income tax season through their NCB banking platform. And for our Scotia clientele, those persons can pay using the electronic funds transfer by the Tax Administration Jamaica's website. And for anybody else doing business with filing their returns, those persons are able to make their payments via the website www.jamaicatax.gov.jm with a valid credit card or any banking card with credit card features.
A quick one, Leighton. I know that with the advent of the pandemic, a couple of things have changed. You don't roll out that mobile unit anymore, do you?
Well, we still do use a mobile unit, but in this case, George, we're not using the mobile unit for income tax collection, but the mobile unit is still up and running. As a matter of fact, there is a schedule that the bus runs on. The buses, I should say, because I think we have two of them now. The buses run on which they visit various communities at various times. So persons can visit our website or our social media platforms, George, as you know, on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, to get a hold of that schedule when next the mobile unit comes through for property tax. So after income tax and after our employers are filing their annual employers return, then we move on to property tax. But the bus has been running and there's that kind of support. So I need persons to remember several things, George. One, if they need support, they can go to our website, www.jamaicatax.gov.jm, to get support at that one-stop area known as the Income Tax Hub for all things income tax. Two, they can call through to our customer care line, that's 888-829-4357, to get support, and that is in country. We also have another number which is located on our website for U.S. nationals or persons who are outside of the country, just in case they need to get that kind of information. Three, they are able to follow us on all our social media platforms where the latest up-to-the-minute details are there of what is happening with tax day. Right now we have the countdown which says we have 6 days to go. Just want to remind persons, George, that for every month that you have not filed that return, there's a $5,000 penalty. So we're encouraging persons to avoid the penalties. If you need some support, please reach out to us. And on the website, in our hub, you can find lots of information to include our 12 tax tips on some of the information, some of the things you need to take into account to make sure you file your fair share early and on time. Because we're doing it online, there's an expected serious uptick in the kind of traffic that we will be seeing come tax day when persons file their returns.
Excellent, Leighton. That's all the time we have. I want to encourage persons again, my friend, to pay what they are due to pay, because the finance minister needs every cent in order to be able to fund the plans he announced in his budget presentation opening on Tuesday. I want to wish you all the best, Leighton. Thank you again. And we'll see you next tax season or the next, perhaps when property tax time rolls around, to talk more about how persons can pay what they are due to pay and the services that exist to facilitate that payment.
Most definitely, George. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome, sir. That's Leighton Beckles from Tax Administration Jamaica. He is in charge of communication. It's tax season. Person self-employed making 10 million or less. Now is your time to pay what you are due to pay. March 15 is that deadline. And for every month you don't settle what you are due to settle, it's a $5,000 penalty. Don't be trapped by penalties. Pay and pay on time and pay in full. All right? Back with more after these. Sports Match Zone.